Loaded questions, I always know who be holding the weapon. Please don't ask when I'm gonna make it, you'll know if you there.
Fresh Podcast.
Episode 00.
I don't think that this our level. We could go like 50 more. I walked through like 20 doors. These steps I took made ceilings, floors. Wait, and it probably feel different to you. It's probably cause it isn't for you.
What's good? JDS Fresh, aka Dougie Fresh, aka Freestyle Fresh, aka just JDS, I guess. Welcome everybody to my brand new show.
New Fresh Podcast.
I'm super excited. Freshpodcast.com. Check me out on iTunes, on SoundCloud, Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, every platform that you can find content, fresh content. First of all, shout out Richard Wright, amazing hip hop artist, SoCal native, out in stores now, called Where the Sidewalk Ends.
I hate to say I don't believe in fate. I feel like I got shit to do today. I wake up, take a piss and wipe my face, and always keep it grounded from the base. To all my brothers that I'm still around, to get some shit I had to leave the town. I swear to you that I've been going up.
Incredible project. Super excited. I can't even tell you. This sounds really weird with these headphones and the echo, and you see I have other headphones under here. Redundancy, 2 mics. I got audio, I got video. I got both. Right. It's 2019, right? It's March 18th. It's my birthday. I'm 37. People say I don't look it. So by Hollywood standards, that would make me 29 and a half. 2009, I first discovered podcasting, and my buddy said, have you heard of the Joe Rogan podcast? 2 buddies talking crap, get lost in the conversation. Music, for me, and when I'm driving, you just counting the minutes. That was 3 minutes, that was 3 minutes.
3 minutes, 4 minutes.
3 minutes. And it's hard to really get lost and zone out. Hence the podcast. I said, you know what? I'm a trained journalist. That's what I went to school for. That's what I studied. So I love to interview people. I love to learn new things. And I love to share that information with people. So I thought, perfect. I got friends that are interesting. Let's have conversation. Did maybe 10 episodes. Fell off. I fired up the podcast again.
Boy, you got you a
The Morgan Freelance Show, which is still actually on iTunes. I said, you know what? It's been on my heart to do this for over a year now, so I'm back again. The Fresh Podcast. JDS Fresh is your host. I'm so glad you're here rocking with me. I'm so excited. And I know that this enthusiasm, you're like, what? You're a mellow dude. Why are you so excited? I get jacked up about this and this alone. That's not true. Other things get me excited too. Don't trip. I was watching comedians in cars getting coffee, Jerry Seinfeld's Netflix show. He was interviewing Neil Brennan. And during the course of their conversation, Neil said,
new ideas are the only thing I care about.
Right! All I care about is new ideas. I paused it. I rewound it. I listened to it again. All I care about is new ideas. That phrase is my spirit animal. I relate to that so hard. And it's not just the novelty of it. It's Jordan Peterson talks about conversation as soul construction. When you're conversing deeply with somebody and genuinely, and you're open-minded and you're exchanging ideas, you can literally reach a higher plateau of understanding. You're literally sharing your soul with that person. If you don't know who Jordan Peterson is, look him up. He's an incredible mind. He's a psychology professor from Canada. And initially I was going to call my show Fresh Perspectives because I was given the nickname Dougie Fresh as a kid. Dougie Fresh, the beatboxing, hip-hop extraordinaire Dougie Fresh in the show. Come on now. So I was lucky enough to get a pretty cool nickname, and it fits. I love things that are fresh. I love things that are new. So that just worked. And Fresh Perspectives, though it may be technically correct as what I'm doing, sharing perspectives, it does also sound like a boring NPR show. So I ex-nayed that. So if you go to if you go to freshpodcast.com, you can catch up with me. You can see all my social media. I'm at JDS Fresh on Instagram. And definitely subscribe.
Subscribe.
Subscribe?
Yeah, that's a YouTube YouTube button.
Here on YouTube. I am making this show for my YouTube audience, and iTunes and Spotify can have the leftovers. Shh, don't tell them I said that though. Don't tell them I said that. We do care about our distribution over here. Hip hop is very important to me. I tell a lot of people that I was raised by hip hop. No, you weren't, idiot. Your parents and your grandparents and all of the people in your life, they raised you. What do I mean by that? At the formative part of my life, mid-teens, that's where I was getting my value system from, my wisdom, my street knowledge, relationship advice, right? A lot of us come from broken homes, I think, born in the early 80s, and we get disillusioned. We become cynical. I think people either become their parents or they're the opposite of their parents. I probably fall into that latter category. You know, there's exceptions to everything, but specifically the Dungeon Family, specifically Outkast, specifically Andre 3000. The lyrics, they're so dense. I encourage everyone to go dig into that catalog. There's a lot of ancient wisdom with new slang, right? Just very, very dense. And I'm a very eclectic person. I like all types of music. I like all types of films. I like all types of people. I just love the variety. I really, really do. And when I think about the things that inspire me, hip hop comes to mind first. Philosophy comes to mind. Psychedelics and psychology, the nature of consciousness, the nature of reality, spirituality, astrology. I'm a Pisces, by the way. Shout out. Today's my birthday, March 18th. Shout out to all my Pisces out there. And personality traits, personality tests, more or less obsessed with those. I'm an ENFP, if you're a Myers-Briggs person. If you do the DISC personality test, I'm a high I and high S. So that's me in a nutshell. I love wordplay. I love puns. Rushmore is my favorite movie. Thai food is my favorite food. My favorite purchases of 2018, definitely my AirPods for sure. Had a scary moment with these. They dropped in the bathtub. Check out my channel for how that turned out. Maybe this is my second pair. Maybe this is my third. I don't know. My bongo board. Goodness gracious. Shout out to Tim Ferriss. He asked a lot of his guests what purchase of $100 or less made the most impact on you. For me, hands down, the bongo board. I bought this over 10 years ago. I use it just about every day. It's great for balance. If you like to skate, if you like to snowboard, if you like to surf, it can get your core. You dig. Freestyle rapping, brick by brick, is a hobby of mine. Story by story and line by line, and build your own allegory. That I've always had since I can remember, but as of recently, it's become more of a necessity. I do it every day. I do it in the shower. I do it while I'm driving. I do it while I'm sitting in front of my computer. It makes me feel better. It helps me to express some things and get some things off of my chest. And it kind of blurs the line between the conscious and the subconscious mind. Another thing that I'm a little bit obsessed with. Did anybody watch Alex Jones and the Joe Rogan, or the Joe Rogan and the Elon Musk?
What else did you learn about today?
I learned about how artificial intelligence is going to probably lead to the downfall and destruction of humanity.
Okay. And
I'm
what
big on
else?
conspiracies, yes. I'm not crazy, or am I kidding? Not kidding. Maybe I'm not. It's the 20th anniversary of The Matrix. Yes. Neo, Morpheus, Trinity. Simulation theory. The more I dig into that, the more it intrigues me. Sounds very far-fetched at first, and the more I talk, the more it's going to sound rational and reasonable, right? So I'm just giving you a snapshot. I'm freestyling, I'm stream of consciousness, sharing with you, wanting to introduce myself to you, wanting to learn more about you. I am all about the conversation. I love comedy. I love stand-up comedy, but I like the conversation. I like the interaction. I like the surprises. I like the smoothie, the blending of two minds coming together. When two or more are gathered, right? It's a biblical principle that they talk about in the good book. I'm very obsessed with religion, spirituality, mysticism, people's relationship to it. I've been studying the moon lately. Shout out to Glenn, my homeboy, who actually interviewed me for episode 01, which I'll be releasing later today as well. And there's some interesting things going on in the sky. I don't know if y'all been paying attention. If any of this stuff resonates with you, please drop a like, drop a comment, tell me what I said that you want to respond to, and then we can get it cracking in the comment section, or you can DM me, or you can call in and we can talk on the show. What? So what can you expect? I interview comedians, I interview artists, producers, real estate investors, entrepreneurs, businessmen, business people, women. I love women. Side note, I was born in 82, class of 2000. There was a lot of problematic things going on during that time. And I may or may not have picked up a lot of bad habits, say things that I probably shouldn't say. I get called problematic a lot. I don't mind it. If anybody saw Dave Chappelle call that "talk is cheap, mother," I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna leave that alone. Anyway, I think it's important that we be free. I think it's important that we say what's on our mind. I think it's important that we share with one another honestly, with compassion, with empathy. Empathy is the key, right? I like contradictions. I like paradox. It's just who I'm is. I'm a natural contrarian. I'm a devil's advocate. I'll take the other side of an argument or discussion just to see if we can learn something, just to see if we can uncover something that we didn't know about before, right? So what I consider to be a successful episode is if myself or my guest or you, the audience member, says, you know, I'd never thought about that.
You know what? I've never actually thought about it
before. Or, you know, I never quite thought about it in those terms before. Or, that's an interesting perspective. I need to think more about that. Talk is cheap, motherfucker.